That's when I told the midwife that I was a heroin addict.
I used drugs on numerous occasions.
It's almost indescribable.
People like myself, families who were being affected by a loved one's addiction.
This is Lincoln. On the surface, a sleepy medieval city, but underneath it is harbouring a serious drugs problem. Heroin kills more people than any other drug, and 24 out of every 1,000 people here are addicted. Ian Bertram's son, Simon, died from a drug overdose in 2001. He is the human face of Lincoln's growing problem with heroin abuse.
You're not meant to see your child in a coffin. That's young age, 24, when he died. If you're in company and people are talking about the children going to university and stuff, you then lie. You know, my kids go to university as well. So you're leading the life of a lie as well. And it's a, you know, it's a rocky road, really. I was suicidal, and yeah, it was really tough. But Simon was a lovable kid, you know. When he wasn't taking drugs, he was a lovely kid, you know, very tactile, a great kid to be around. But when he took the substances, he was just a different person completely, almost really alien. You know, at times he didn't even know who I was. So. They got to an age, 11 and 13, and I knew there was a problem because Simon tried to steal something off me on one occasion from the house. And shortly after that, their mother contacted me and said, we have a real problem, that they're both on heroin. He was in treatment for a couple of months, I think maybe 2 or 3 months. And he became remorseful. He found it really difficult. It was almost like when he looked back on his life, he didn't realise it wasn't him, it was someone else. So yes, he was finding it really difficult. He kept falling into situations, you know, whether it was his own doing, he just kept falling into situations that he couldn't help and ended up on drugs again. So on the 13th of October 2001, I got a phone call to say he'd been found dead from a drugs overdose. You get angry, you get sad, you feel guilty, and your life is almost put on hold because of all these feelings. You can't get to sleep at night. You're just really angry at society because, you know, your son's been taken away from you. It's important to me that if we can save one person who's gone through what I went through, then we've done our job, because it's very painful for people to come forward. It also puts Simon's name out there in a way that he hasn't died for nothing.
Adam is a heroin addict and is currently battling between his longing to get clean and the hold that his long-established heroin addiction has over him. Carlo is supporting him through the challenges he faces as he tries to get clean.
You coming down to the coach tomorrow?
Yeah.
Can we pick you up?
A lad who DJ'd for me used to take it, and the lodger that I had, he used to say to her and to my girlfriend, go on, have some of this, it's good, it's dead good. And I say, no John, it's bad, it's bad news. My lodger started taking it, and then my girlfriend started taking it, and I thought, if you can't beat them, join them. I think I was a wee whelp of 24. I thought she was going to be my fiancée. Yeah, she ran off with the drug dealer, and that broke my heart, and it broke my mind. Yeah, lost everything, sat in the dark, depressed, and I had a gyro, and that was just enough money for a £10 bag of smack a day. Maybe it's about time I showed you what having a jag of smack is like.
Carlo's mother was addicted to heroin throughout his childhood. and at the age of 18 he fell into addiction himself. He is now clean and runs his own organisation supporting those who are affected by drug or alcohol misuse.
She found heroin when she got with and later married her partner at a time who was a dealer. You know, I was quite an unhappy child, really. You know, I didn't have nice clothes to go to school in. You know, I always had holey clothes and hand-me-downs, and never had dinner money, and didn't have nice new trainers. You know, it was hard to fit in, I guess, in that respect. There was a lot of people coming and going. The house used to get raided quite a lot. Saw people overdose. You know, it was chaos, really. Obviously, I'd seen the damage that heroin had done, you know, to my mum. You know, people dying, you know, from substance misuse. And I hated heroin for a long time. I think I was 18. I was at 6-1 college doing my A-levels. I decided to try it. At the time, it made me feel better. You know, at the time, it was a bit like a warm hug, and I'd kind of found the drug that I'd been looking for. So. I mean, I don't like to admit it, but you know, I used drugs with my mum on numerous occasions. It was just kind of a normal thing. In my community, people either died or they went to jail. That was the sad truth of it, really. You know, so I kind of thought, well, this is my lot. You know, and I'm stuck with it. So.
And how long have you been clean for now?
I've been clean almost 4 years now. So, it's a good thing.
Corinne became addicted to heroin when she was 19 years old. She is now 36 and has been clean for 12 years. She was using throughout her first 2 pregnancies.
My dad was a schizophrenic, paranoid schizophrenic and alcoholic. We went into care, and then when we came out, he committed suicide in a medium secure unit. I was about 19 when I first tried it. I met someone who I thought I was kind of really in love with. He was really funny, and I ended up smoking it off tinfoil. The feeling was kind of like being wrapped up in cotton wool, and then you're sort of like having these strange dreams in your mind. But really nice. It's like, I would describe it as kind of like a devil drug. It's like it's really nice at first to entice you in, and then once it's got hold of you, that's it, you're its slave. I was really ashamed, so I didn't want to go to the doctors a second time and say, oh, I'm pregnant, but I'm back on heroin. Before I knew it, I went into labour, and I was still using, and I went to the hospital, and when I was actually in labour, when I was actually giving birth, that's when I told the midwife that I was a heroin addict. And I thought at first, oh, she's okay, but I didn't realise that it takes a few hours for the heroin to come out of the system, and then that's when they start getting the withdrawals. So I was thinking, yeah, she's all right, and then she started withdrawing, and that was horrible. You could tell it was kind of a painful cry rather than a normal baby cry. I stayed in the hospital with Georgia for a month, and then I did my detox again, and then that was when I knew that I'd never go back to taking it. I regret it, but I still wouldn't change it because I now know that I can help other people change.
Despite using sporadically, Adam is desperate to get clean. He insists that today will be the last time he uses before he begins the detox process again.
I hope that I'd action say, yeah, you can go to rehab, we've secured the funding for you. Once I get clean, never again will I touch gear.
Do you think your dad will be pleased if you're going to rehab?
Oh yeah, he'll be well chuffed. I'll say, look, I'm going out of my fucking mind here. Like, you know, I'm probably going out of my mind. There's that suicide bridge, like 3 minutes walk away from here. Emotional blackmail is basically.
Do you know that you're doing that though?
Yeah.
Emotionally blackmailing them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does your dad get worried about you?
He does. He's also been an enabler. Carl, do you want to explain what an enabler is?
Yeah, I mean, I guess he doesn't know what the right thing to do is, I'm sure, and he obviously doesn't want you to be ill,
Hello, Dad?
so it helps.
Am I in?
Yeah,
Why's that?
about your clothes.
Oh, right, okay. Well, at the moment, I'm busy. I'm doing something.
So,
Yeah.
well, you come down then, I'll come up, I'll come on the car park and then you just come down, alright?
Okay, give us a bell when you're outside then.
Yeah, ciao.
Cheerio. Yes. Oh, yes. I do feel lots better. I can feel it already. It's almost indescribable. I don't think I'll miss that feeling that I get when I've had a hit of smack.
Adam has been in rehab several times, but always slipped back into addiction. Since filming this interview, he has continued to take heroin and is relying solely on the prospect of a rehabilitation programme from addiction to get clean.